What is going on, y'all, and welcome back to SnowRunner for another episode of our RP out here on the Near North region. Now, as you can see, we're chilling out on our porch right now, but if my neighbors didn't like me before when I had the Raptor, they certainly won't like me much more now, because as you can see, there is a 6-door, long bed, dually, second-gen Dodge on 61-inch tires in the driveway. And if I remember some of the things that they ever so kindly, some of the messages they ever so kindly left in my mailbox for me when I had the Raptor, I'm only assuming that those will potentially get worse now that I'm lowering their property value with this massive machine. But I will say, this thing is absolutely incredible. It's built like a tank. I mean, not literally, but in the figurative sense of the term. But this video, or this episode, I should say, is not about this truck. But if you want more information about this truck, you can find it through Slowest Artist 10 on Discord. Now, what we're going to be doing is we're going to actually head over to the dealership to check out a couple of trucks that I believe are basically some of the best, if not the best sounding trucks in the game. And it also helps that they are some of the most widely known logging and heavy hauling rigs of all time. And I'm, of course, talking about the two Pacifics, but these aren't the vanilla Pacifics. They started life as the vanilla Pacifics, but they were modified to reflect the real world sounds of what these trucks actually sound like and drive like. So without any further ado or rambling on, let's go ahead and hop into the Dodge and fire it up and see what this is all about. Camera decided to not work with me there. It probably... Alright, let's roll out of the neighborhood and try not to upset literally everyone in the process. I like to drive through here in low plus, because usually when I drive through here in low plus, they really aren't too bothered by it. Are ya? Yeah? Okay. No, you still don't like it, Bob? Alright, well, I'll make sure to... I'll make sure to attempt to not roll coal the next time I drive past your house. Jeez. Alright. Want to see a cool trick? Oh, it didn't knock the stop sign over. Sometimes the horn knocks the stop sign over. Here's the thing. I would really like to get that horn changed out for something, you know, something a little bit crazier. But the original builder of the truck was like, nah, you're getting the, you're getting the Dodge neon horn, and that's that. All right, let's see if we can get a little bit further along here. I'm going to go up and do not hit a pole. God, the boost comes on hard in this truck. I'm gonna just go half throttle in 6th and just cruise it on down. These people are pretty chill in that house. They're not really all too worried about it, but the rest of the people in the neighborhood, they're not the biggest fan of my shenanigans. All right, let's go to make a quick left, and we'll head on down to where the dealership has these Pacifics posted up at. Now, I will, of course, like I said before, I'll leave a link in the description box down below to where you guys can check out these mods, especially for the Pacifics, because if you're a big fan of the heavy haul, semi-truck style gameplay in SnowRunner, you are going to absolutely want to get your hands on both of these trucks. But cool thing is, they're all, or I should say both of them, are within the same mod. So these two are the trucks in question. We've, of course, got a P16 and a P12, but the interesting thing is what happens when you actually get in them and start them up. So I'm going to actually park down here just in front of this Western Star. I don't know why this dude's taking up a bunch of parking spaces. Seems a little bit excessive to me, but you never know. Speaking of excessive, we need to... There we go. That looks like a nice place to park. Let's see. Well, we have it flipped over. This thing is on a tow suspension, so maybe we shouldn't do that. I'd rather not come back from the test drive and find my Dodge flipped over, because, I mean, you're not necessarily going to be going down to the store and getting yourself a new, you know, second-gen 6-door long bed dually on 61-inch tires. It's not really going to be something that they're going to have down at your local used car/truck lot. All right, so let's get into probably the P12 first, and we're going to fire these trucks up and then take them for a drive and show you guys what they're all about. But in order to do that, I'm going to actually be quiet a little bit more than I normally would be to give you guys a little bit more immersion. So without any further ado, we're going to hop inside the truck. I'm going to let you guys hear the startup sequence and then some sounds that come from kind of some realistic driving. I absolutely love the way these trucks sound. And that startup sequence, all the way from, say, for example, hearing the air starter to the truck roaring to life, to seeing all the gauges come to life, that startup sequence has got to be one of the most exciting startup sequences in the entire game. The cool thing about it, too, is that even though this isn't necessarily a true manual, you can get a little bit closer to it than you may have before by simulating it with the kind of adjustable range transmission. Again, it's not going to be a true manual, but you can actually kind of go up through the gear ranges progressively by tapping the clutch, moving the stick, and so on and so forth. Again, it's not going to be a simulation of a true manual, but it's going to get you a little bit closer than you may have been able to previously go in SnowRunner as a game. So let's make our way a little bit further on down here, and I think I want to grab some trailers, or at least a trailer. What we're going to do is we're going to go kind of a little lap down the main road through town here, and then we're going to turn around, we're going to take a lap back, and then we're going to buy trailers for both of these trucks, because we are going to be putting them to work. Not necessarily in this video. This video is more of a kind of an overview of what these trucks are like, but later on down the road, yes, we will be putting these trucks into the fleet and putting them to good use. So let's probably turn into, I don't know if I want to turn into that, like, bowling alley over there. There should be a turnoff up here that I can take just in a quick moment. Yep, there it is, coming up there on the right. I'm going to put it back into low plus, slow it down a little bit. I'm going to swing pretty wide, and then, let's see, actually, I'm not going to cut in that way. I'm going to back into that. I know I'm all over the middle of the road, but, all right, we're going to back on in. We're going to try to use the mirrors to avoid whatever we may need to avoid. Yep, we're going to miss that power pole. Almost there. I haven't checked the other one in a second. All right. So let's now go back into low minus and make our way back down the other way. Low minus in this thing is really slow, so you have to kind of keep your wits about you if you're creeping around in low minus, because you can misjudge how slow you're actually going and snag one of the back tires on like a pole or something. Now, high range is about the equivalent of third. Automatic will take you up to fourth and then fifth, and then that's about where you stay. Fifth gear, like what we're at right now, it's going to be about your cruising speed in this thing, which may not seem like much in comparison to some other trucks, but remember, this is not a highway truck. This was designed to basically function as the ultimate workhorse for, you know, logging operations way off in the far reaches of places like Canada. So you're definitely not going to be getting ultimate speed out of this thing, but that's not what it's for. All right, we got the trailer store coming up on the right. We're going to actually pull off into the gas station now, and I'm going to bypass this pump because we don't really need it. And I feel like we're kind of going in backwards for this. We probably are actually going in backwards, but don't worry about the fact that we're going in backwards. All right. So let's see what kind of trailers we need, or rather what kind of trailers we can use. So for this one, we're going to need something that goes with a high saddle, because that's the only type that you can use with this particular truck. So what I'm going to do in that respect is we're actually going to run this one, the Pacific Spec Heavy Semi-Trailer. This one's going to be more for vehicle hauling, but it's really well designed to match this particular truck and this particular setup. And the cool bonus of it is the fact that the colors actually line up really well too. So I think it kind of brings together the package really, really nicely, and you can use it for machinery hauling. Now, do we have enough? No, we do not have enough room to make that turn. Good God. We need to get these into a little bit of a staging area before we start using them as well. Now, let's see. I am going to take out those bushes. Yep, and I'm going to take out part of a fence. Okay, this went well. Now, let me move you back around, and I'll probably set this guy right about, maybe not right where the exit of the garage is, but close. Because I think I can get the trailer away from the exit. Okay, cool. So I've got the trailer out of the exit. Now, we've got this one all set up and prepared. Now we're going to prepare the P16. The P16, to me, is a lot more of a... This one's the one that got a lot more kind of media attention over the years and kind of just in general, like, logging truck history. This one was the one that was always, like, you know, you saw it as, like, a cover photo of some kind of publication with, like, you know, massive amounts of lumber stacked on top of it, sometimes out on top of the roof with, like, trees that were about the size of the entire cab per like one tree trunk. So that's the kind of thing that we know this truck for. So let's fire it up, let's get a trailer behind it, and then see what kind of setups we have available. I love watching the gauges roar to life when you're inside the truck. Like, being inside the truck, I know that first-person gameplay is not for everybody, but if you really enjoy those dramatic startup sequences where you've got a really, really cool sound, and not only do you have a really cool sound, but you also have that dramatic, like, gauge sweep where you can watch the oil pressure gauge come to life, the tack come to life, the freaking, like, literally everything, the air pressure gauge, like, literally all of those gauges and all of the features inside the truck, they all come to life in such a dramatic way. And I think the realistic sounds of the Detroit diesel engines really add to that whole immersion factor. So if you're looking to be immersed within the game, oh my god, this is going to be one of those ultimate immersion type experiences, especially if you are using a really nice quality set of headphones to drive these trucks with. And I mean, if you've got not even like really good quality headphones, but if you've got like surround sound headphones or a surround sound headset that you're playing with these trucks with, oh, you're gonna be way more immersed with these than the standard vanilla sounds. So we're gonna do the drive that we did before. We're gonna actually position the truck over here, throw it in reverse, using the mirrors real quick to try to line everything up. I cannot see the pole. I am way too close to the pole. I didn't hit it, but I got really close to it. Extremely close to it, actually. Almost there, and that should be good. All right. I love that horn sound. It's so good. It is one of the best sounding horns in the game, if not the best sounding semi-horn in the game. All right, let's make a quick run on down to where the trailer store is. And then as you can see right there, third and fourth and high are about all in the same speed range. So if you find yourself needing to go up a grade that is not necessarily too steep, but like just steep enough where you need to lock yourself in a gear to keep that momentum to prevent the auto mode from gear hunting, high range is going to be a really good place to lock the truck in to get it to not kind of hunt around between second, third, and fourth, and especially to avoid going all the way back down to first, because that can be one of the worst punishments, especially in terms of momentum, across the course of the entire game. So as we get a little bit closer to the trailer store, we're going to turn off through the gas station like we did last time and pick out our trailer for this one. Now, for the other truck, we picked out a equipment hauling trailer. This one we're going to center a little bit more around cargo. Now, there are going to be some logging contracts a little bit later on in this playthrough. So with that in mind, I think we're going to stick with this truck's heritage and go with a logging setup. Now, this is a long log semi-trailer, but there's also kind of combination semi-trailers, like for example this one, which is a trailer for medium logs where you can haul multiple units of medium logs on the same trailer. So what I'll probably do is I'll go to where the semi-trailer version of that is, semi-trailer for medium logs. This is, okay, so this will haul 3 units of medium logs in one sitting, which is going to be extremely helpful for us when we get a little bit later on. Cool thing is as well, that where this thing has a low saddle, the standard P16 really only allowed you to have the high saddle, so you get a lot more usage, let's say, out of this variation of the truck with the tweaked version, and it's not just for the sounds. So let's make our way back to the main yard, and oh boy, yep, we're gonna knock over that other section of fence. Dang, that trailer dealer is gonna have to buy a whole bunch of new fences by the time we're done buying stuff from them, aren't they? All right, let's go ahead and get this thing all turned around and situated. Make our way back into the dealership. And now we've got both of these lined up, ready to get some work done. The only problem is the second gen is boxed in right now, but I mean, hey, it's on 61-inch tires. So if it can't back over the grass, we got a few problems there. But if you guys enjoyed this look at the 2 trucks that I personally find to be some of the most realistic truck tweaks in the entire game, I would definitely appreciate it if you guys would let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. Hit the like button if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, and I will see you guys next time. Talk to y'all later.